Okay, hello everybody. We are back, and this is the last stream of the month, and also supposed to be the next episode of hashtag State of VTuber Season 3. But I'm still doing a little bit of a digging, and been busy since last, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks. Been involved in cosplay, and of course, um, getting some papers because for the first time in like a month or so, I'm gonna be going back to the hellhole that I once swore to avoid. So, or actually I swore to avoid. So that's the main point of this whole rant here, this whole hashtag Gaga Talks thing for today's episode. So yeah, we're back on stream, but things will change starting tomorrow. I'll be back again at Clark in Pampanga. I'll be back at the BPO industry. That BPO hellhole. That hellhole that I once swore to avoid. I'm gonna be back doing it because, frankly, I already had no choice. I was supposed to do VA, like virtual assistance thing, but the truth is, they kind of require lots and lots of experience, and to be honest, and I don't have a good feeling about those ones. Actually, while I was thinking that, someone actually close to me suggested that I will do copywriting. Actually, we talked about it on our way to Clark to canvas the area, familiarized with the stuff, and of course, I mean, it's gonna be part time for the meantime because thankfully it's gonna be like 6 to 7 months before I get back to uni because I should be told I haven't completed my bachelor's degree in IT, so want to get back to the meat of things. And of course, it being uni, you can expect things to be, pricey because I don't have like free education anymore. So I'm gonna pay for my tuition fees. I'm gonna pay for the thesis fees. But with all that said, once I complete the thesis, once I complete all the programs in the university, I'll gr- I'll I'll have my bachelor's degree, and of course, This being my expertise, I'm gonna have to expand my vocabulary with regards to IT, web development, software development, and all that jazz. So yeah, that's a little bit of a kind of an niche there, but they require money. So I need to do more call center shit. So it's not gonna be that bad. The reason why I also actually left the previous workplace, I actually called it a hellhole. It's because low pay, not no pay. No pay is understandable if you're gonna go unpaid leaves, but low pay, hell no. Actually, they offered an okay, it broke for a second there, but for me reasons, actually I never spoke a lot during those hiccups. As you can see, my cable's a little bit shit. I probably might need a new sound card for this, but to in fairness, what do we do? Oh, okay. When the offer that was given to me by this next company is a bit higher than the last one, and also it's voice, but I think I can dig it because I mean the previous workplace I had, which has nice co-workers by the way. I don't plan on giving them any more flack because they had more workers. It's just a culture that turns me off sometimes. It applies to all BPO industries really, but I don't know. I can't pick which is which. Um, I also did voice contact. So this new company that I'm gonna be this new BPO company that I'm applying is mostly voice contacts, but it's also a new account. So I'm very excited about that, and also a bit sad because it's not the job that I always wanted. But I mean, do we have a choice in this? I mean, frankly, with the way work from home jobs is going, it's a bit about time for me to actually switch back the gears to BPO industry just to get in the meat of things, especially when it comes to customer service. I mean, Dogawa Sakiko has customer service in Bandari, right? So it must be fitting for me to be back in the BPO industry the same way Sakiko did. So, anyways, those were the meat of things that I need to talk about here. But let's just talk about some other things for a second here. Um, State of VTuber season 2, episode 3. No. Actually, State of VTuber season 3, episode 2 will be in production and will be in 2 weeks' time and will be released in 2 weeks' time. I'm just gonna have to get my notes out because it's been a while since I last took out my notes. And then one thing that actually reminded me is Mari Kalayap is officially the face of VTubers as a whole because two news outlets, one from BBC News and the other from that C word country that I don't want to pronounce because I had a lot of beef with those. Although there's a rest of it, it's just the system that throws me off. Those two news outlets made a feature about VTubers in English, apparently, actually, and they all stem to Mori Kalayap, one from Hororaibu Ien, which is a big achievement so far, big commendation because Kalayap made it this far. She actually was one of my Oshis before I became a V. She was actually one of my VTuber Oshis before I became a VTuber myself. So yeah, just trying to lean in some footsteps, but let's try to be as unique as I can because I mean, it's just just those little things that um I mean you get the idea. It's just I don't know how the fuck to say this. Hold on, I gotta get my coffee out. It's a little bit early already, but I'm gonna get a cedula at the barangay, so I'm gonna take a shower right after this stream because I had to get to the barangay to have a cedula, then print some of the shit at the last minute. I work last minute, but I mean it works. I I sometimes or actually mostly rush things, or I got the word for it. What's the word for it? Let me have it. Um, Hold on, I gotta have to get the focus, man. Uh, I got one thing that Ted used to say. Okay. Oh, okay. So procrastination. So all right. So I forgot the word for it. It's been a while since I last learned English. So it's a procrastination. I mostly procrastinate too much, but I mean it works. Get to things, and also I always know the timing of these. But in some cases, I know most times. So I mean I procrastinate a lot, but that's on me. Anyway, about my VTuber activities, podcasting activities, cosplay activities. It'll be gorilla for this week because I had to get back to work. But I mean, the accommodation I have will be having Wi-Fi, and possibly I'm gonna go back to the previous boarding house that I have, or possibly a new boarding house when I get to it. I mean, it is what it is. But temporary accommodation for a moment. It's gonna be right next to a casino. It's in like Rixton Hotel and a casino at the same time, so it's gonna be quite a lot of preparations there. All right, so it's gonna be having a lot of preparations there, but I mean, it works. It works just like it should. Um, they have Wi-Fi, so it's gonna be quite a process. I gotta go back to the wing of to the streaming things, streaming, doing some extra shit. But I mean, um, it's gonna be Gorilla, no stream or Gorilla because new workplace, gotta take lots of calls. But we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be quite a process to deal with, and of course, we're gonna have to do a lot, just PPO stuff. But streaming schedules will continue starting next week, hopefully. If it does, it will stay on Gorilla. Next up, cosplay activities. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to Cosplay Mania Day 3 because Shotawa is in there, and I already have my outfit right up there. The first time I actually wore this was back at IdolCon 2025 with Vista Malbata, and I actually talked about this in the last hashtag Haka Talks episode. I already did some prints um, with NFC cards as just sort of a test. And I'm probably gonna be end up doing that. But if it does, and I'm gonna be very happy to actually do that. But it costs 3K, so shit. I'm not gonna be able to deal with that. Possibly Matsuri, yes, Matsuri is gonna be the anniversary, so I'm gonna be in there regardless of whatever the fuck that's going on with my company. I'm gonna go there as long as it takes. So I'm gonna make a promise to myself, even though I'm not gonna go to any of the Cosplay Mania events. Matsuri Day 3, that's the biggest and most important cosplay that I ever gonna have to experience because it's my anniversary. Because It's the first thing I cosplay. It's the first time I did cosplay, so I had to end it there on a high note. It's every annual appearance there. 30 December. Hopefully it does like that. Anyways, next up, podcasting activities. Like I said before, State of VTuber season 3, episode 2 will be in production starting this week. Gotta get my notes out, then possibly release within 2 weeks. So it's a bit late, out of schedule, but I need to get back to the groove of things, and of course had to adjust to the new work experience that I have. But I mean, it's once I get used to it, it's gonna all be once I get used to it, it's gonna be all breeze from now on. So very excited about what's gonna happen next. What else? Crazy ones. I haven't done crazy ones in like a long time, so I'm gonna get back to it. Alternative. It's next. Alternative. Possibly this Saturday or every weekend, or possibly a day off. When I got my day off, I'm gonna go back to here in Bataan. I'm gonna be in Pampanga now, starting later on. But in every day off, I'm gonna be going back to Bataan, alright? Just to get to the meat of things, and of course, I miss my MacBook so much. I'm gonna carry my I'm gonna carry the shared Acer laptop that I have, which is originally from Emmy's, until I get my new laptop, which is a gaming laptop. This is gonna be quite a fun. So, with that said, web development still ongoing. I am currently improving CSM, or VTresMarias website. Actually, there's actually a little bit of a discussion regarding that, because I'm gonna be like try to see how organizational things work, because apparently one of the prospective, or like one of the prospective members of CSM was actually a little bit of in a disarray, because someone reached out to me directly over on Facebook chats, and it's actually their manager, apparently, as far as I'm concerned. They actually call themselves their manager for the supposed one of the perspectives, and they just literally told me to get her off that list. So I don't know if that's actually true. I might have to directly talk to her about it without having to go through some manager scenarios, some client manager scenarios, because that's not the thing that I wanted to deal with. When I want to deal with something, I want to deal with it directly, not sort of a middleman approach. I want to do it directly. So if that is true, then we'll have to switch focus on how I can. So I guess I gotta have to switch focus on how I can select particular prospective CSMs as part of it. Actually made some organizational changes. I booted her off from the perspectives just as a precaution, and replaced her with one of the apprentices. You know who that apprentice is. You know who that one apprentice is. Actually, 5 of them. 2 of them are gonna be among the batch 2. 1 of them are gonna be with the new unit, which is gonna be the mistresses. More on that on 30 December when I get back to Matsuri. I'm gonna do a VOD about it. Of course, I'm gonna do a VOD about it, recording about it. But in total, let me bring up my calculator. So in total, once it happened, once it's officiated, officially introduced, with batch 2 inductees to be inaugurated on my next year's birthday, 15 March 2026. So it's gonna be 3 plus 4, 7, 11 11 inductees as part of the lineup, plus that includes 3 incumbents. That's me, Danny, and Eddie. You know the of us. We have 2 from the sub-unit. We have 2 from the new unit, which is the mistresses. More on that in the next few episodes of #Gaga Talks, or possibly anniversary of my cosplay, and of course anniversary of CSM. And apparently we only have 2 left in batch 1 apprentice, and we have 8 as part of batch 2 apprentices, for a total of 23. Oh my god. And of course, I still have to attain to the rule that once they have been officially introduced as part of the CSM anniversary or as part of CSM, their title cannot be revoked. So alright, so it stays with them for life. But, it's like DZMM and Radyo Patrol. Radyo Patrol numbers were given to certain reporters. Um, so I base off that idea. I base off that system. But it's just a friendship group. Nothing too fancy. Nothing too formal. It's just I just gotta give them a title, just in case you don't have a title somewhere else. They're gonna be they have one here, and they can be proud of it, being a part of a community that appreciates cosplays and other fields, VTubers included. Actually, one of them is actually still in the apprentice, but she's a VTuber and also a mom, so props to her, I guess. Anyway, next up. What's next up? Start regarding alternative. Does Yorin mind if we actually have to get her on board to actually try out the her VTuber experience? I'm gonna give her the lead RAM model. I mean, well, probably we'll probably do that, but the question is when. That's the question. So, what else do we have? Further laptops, certificates. Yeah, actually, cosplay cards. I'm gonna be redesigning the CSM card and also the cosplay cards starting October, which is gonna be the first ever to have NFC cards in them. So if any CSM gets a hold of their CSM cards, I'm gonna program them live. In person, and then of course they're gonna have to provide them access points to it. So whenever they have to check in with something, they have to check in with me and then identify themselves. So it's a bit of a complex programming that I need to do from the front end to the back end, the database and whatnot. So it's gonna take a while for me to implement those. So I had to exhaust all of the previous cards that I have and A5 prints. Also, A5 Print's gotta get a little bit of overhaul as well. I'm gonna introduce new sizes because apparently Sia just gave me a whole bunch of cost cards or cosplay cards with different sizes for me to experiment. So Sia, our sixth VTresMarias, thank you very much for actually thank you so much for the prints. I'm gonna be using them for reference. It's just to familiarize myself, and of course I'm gonna give you some in the process. I'm actually very excited for what happens there, and yeah, it's a whole lot of shit. So I also actually took self crimping, Ethernet shit. I actually took some training as a computer system servicing previously, so I actually took that one up for my neighborhood. Someone had to get their internet fixed, and yeah, it's all there. It's all working now. So one of our routers is back up working again. So I'm probably gonna have time to improve on that later on. What else? More outfits incoming. I probably might have to commission Halloween for that. The Kitsune will be coming. The bride will be coming. And for this Halloween, Mama Vena will be coming. Mama Vena from Crowscare. I gotta have to get my outfits in order. So it's gonna be quite the process, really. So nothing too fancy about that. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, really. So with that being said, I think it's now about time for me to wrap it up here. It's 25 minutes already. Tarasane curtain. I'm probably gonna have to make a recording about that. UAXPV, I'll still record that. I'll still play it every day. What else? I think that's pretty much about it. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna have to say thank you very much. Thank you so much, guys, for being with me throughout all these years. It's been 3 years since I did did a VTubing experience. I'm gonna continue that for years to come, of course, and get in touch with everybody else. So with that said, it's time for me to actually head out there, um, and prepare myself for the hellhole that is the BPO industry. So before we leave, let's do a raid. Who's raiding it? Who's streaming right now? So let's go ahead and give some shouts to them. Small Zena ate previously Sonia is playing Dead by Daylight. Mama Minty is doing subathons. Rila Raven is playing Silk Song. Mummy is doing just chatting. Rake Hall is doing music. I haven't done music in a while. Actually, I forgot to mention about the music part. Uh, Next year. I'm gonna be reviving it next year. Mila is Bravely Default. Fosta is doing Digimon Story. Okay, let's look up Relive for now. Okay, that's small emote. I love it. Okay, so it's Real Raven now. So let's go ahead and test raid. Okay, here we go. So let's go ahead and shout her out. I think that's really about it for us here. Um, excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna have to wrap it up now. So thank you so much, guys, and thanks so much, guys. I will see you in not too distant future, possibly Gorilla this week or possibly next week. All right, but alternative starting this day off. I don't know, possibly the weekend.